There is Kate cooking dinner in the kitchen, basting a roast chicken, because that's what they love. And William rather is making cups of tea because the children have already gone to bed. And they're watching RuPaul on Netflix.
I want to move on though quickly and get your take. We've been hearing reports that Meghan wanted to invite Kate to work on a Netflix documentary. But I also heard reports that is false. What have you been hearing? Does that sound a little too far-fetched for now, or?
I think it's stretching imagination somewhat. Okay. What's happening is that we're seeing that they both have very clearly defined roles that do not correspond. Now, what I mean by that, I don't mean as women within the family. I don't mean as, the wives of these two extraordinary princes. I'm talking about the statement that they're making individually as women. That Kate has her own specific role, which is very different from the way that Meghan has her own specific role.
Right.
So that's where I sit with it.
Yeah, we will see. I mean, I say this every episode to try to reiterate to the viewers how I feel. I love William, Kate, Harry, and Meghan so much in their own ways that I really do hope for, and maybe they already are kind of getting back on the same page, but I, as a person of their generation, want to see the four of them continue to lead and have a very strong foundation.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I know that the four are talking with one another, and they're talking via Zoom, they're talking via FaceTime, but they're very close with one another. But look, they're very different people. And so their lens on the world is highly individualized. And what's remarkable is that they all totally respect that this lens is different.
Right.
And it's defined largely from a cultural perspective, isn't it? Because if William and Kate were living in the United States, the lens of their expression, the lens of their creative realization will be completely different from how it is living here in support of the nature of the hegemony, the hierarchy. It's very simple.
Do you think since you know that they're in communication, do you think it's very formal, or do you think that they sort of get on and do what we all do and sort of laugh and talk about, whatever?
It's really informal. It's like, did you watch Netflix last evening? We were watching this amazing. I think RuPaul is amazing.
Oh, I would just die if I could be a fly on the wall of a FaceTime between them and they're talking about Drag Race.
And there is Kate cooking dinner in the kitchen, basting a roast chicken, because that's what they love. And William rather is making cups of tea because the children have already gone to bed. And they're watching RuPaul on Netflix. That's what it's like. That's what it's like.
I love it, because that just sort of makes sense. Do you think that they're talking about the crazy things that are in the news about them, or they just ignore and enjoy the family?
It's too painful. I think, those things that are crazy, we just leave them where they are, because after all, we know that if we go into the body of what that invective is all about, it really stings. So there's so much of it. And it's not that William and Kate leave all the controversy about Harry and Meghan alone. They feel it, but what they do is they just simply position it there, because after all, it's not their responsibility to be involved in, verbalizing anything apropos. What they do is just simply offer as much peace and tranquility and calm as possible.